else? Liberals aren't liberal. These are black op commanders at the Huffington Post who pose with Delphi-trained NPR simpering calm voices. Calm, trying to hypnotize you. Listen to them. They talk to you like you're 3 years old. Let me tell you what your brainwashing and conditioning and all that NLP stuff does on me. It makes me angry, and it makes me really not like you. You try that monkey business with me, and I've noticed that the few guests we've had on that do that stuff, I cannot even listen to them. It makes me want to throw up. And some idiots say, Alex Jones is so charismatic, he does some of that stuff. That's natural and innate survival mechanism. All I'm tuning into is all my ancestors' genetics, ladies and gentlemen, who are survivors and swashbucklers and head stompers. I'm tuning into the real human power. I don't need to scientifically allay and set up some system. I'm turning it loose, just like you can. And then none of their stuff works anymore. But first, you got to break your conditioning. Oh, man. Here's the deal. I'll take calls coming up at the start of the next hour for 30 minutes ahead of our guest. And she'll talk for 30 minutes. We'll take calls on Channel 21 then that hour after that. And we do have the Green Mask book. But we've only got 500 copies, and they just got those printed. When she came on, she sold the 500 she had. So if you want them, they're available at Infowars.com. Get them right now. And she's going to print some more of it. It's an excellent book about the entire agenda, but only in 180 pages or so of Agenda 21 that everybody needs to have in your area to understand the enemy. And it's going up on our shopping cart right now at Infowars.com. If you want to put some more fuel in our tank and get a weapon against the enemy. You want an enemy handbook? That's basically what it is. Want to know how they're taking over your society and laughing at you like arrogant scum? I see you, maggot. I see you, scumbag. You're not hiding anymore in your basement, New World Order. I'm calling you out at high noon, filth, and nothing on earth's going to stop me, and you know it. Ugh, maggots. Robin, scum, control freak, filth. I see you. I see you. I'm calling you out! I'm had it. I'm here to break the trance. I want the world and the United States and every free human to break their conditioning right now. Doesn't mean you got to see everything I see and know what I know. I know I'm right. All you got to do is start looking around you and say, who's trying to manipulate me? Where's the controls? What's the agenda behind this? What's the agenda behind that? What's the agenda behind smart meters? What's the agenda behind my power bill going up? What's the agenda behind them pushing so hard to put fluoride in the water and have me eat GMO? Find out who came up with GMO. Find out that they all talk about how they want to kill you and reduce your fertility. And then just lo and behold, there's little special traits added in that actually cause it in every case. And I've had the biochemical genetic engineers on this radio show, the doctors, the geneticist, the biologist, and they're talking about studies in Russia run by the U.S., and they're over there like a decade ago, and they're like, this is sterilizing all the rats. And they're like, there's too many people. But this GMO sterilizing all the rats within 3 generations. Just don't worry about it. There's too many people. What did they say about the polio vaccine with the cancer virus when it was killing people? They said, well, we need to get rid of people. What is one of the people they were talking about for the World Bank? Larry Summers. Aaron had the quotes yesterday. What was he talking about? Where he's saying, hey, let's ship all our toxic waste to the third world to reduce their population. I mean, there it is. I mean, they're telling you they want to kill you, but they got a shot for you and some food. I tell you, this woman, where they sent out the CPS scum to like try to threaten her and try to forcibly inject her daughter, she's suing them. And her lawyers are pointing out everything they did was criminal. Bunch of hyenas show up at your house. It's time to get aggressive. That's what liberty's all about, letting them know, hey, scum, game's over. That's what the courts are. It's a place where you can engage in legal violence instead of physical violence. The Rothschilds have now been caught out in court running giant control grids. They lost that lawsuit. That's coming up. I wanted to bring Aaron Dykes in here because he covered this last night. Aaron, the problem is we do new research every day and just keep proving our original thesis. We've got to, like, after this new film's done that covers some of it, we've got to just compile it all in one spot. Maybe I'll do a PowerPoint or something, you know, a speech or something that we tape or stream to prisonplanet.tv viewers, where we just give maybe only 500 pieces of evidence, because, you know, there's 10,000. Just where they're all eugenicists running everything, every comment, whether it's the White House science czar or Larry Summers or any of them, about world population reduction, killing people, world government to kill us, use GMO to sterilize us. But again, you just, and I actually heard this years ago and saw the document, you just dug up some more stuff on Bill Gates' dad, on Larry Summers, who they want to be the new World Bank head. Tell folks about it.
Yeah, I mean, Larry Summers is a hateful person. You've heard all the stuff about him joking and making distasteful jokes as his role in our economy. You know, what a bunch of suckers we all are. I don't have the quotes offhand, but he was at the World Bank already in the early 90s. 1991 as the chief economist, I believe. And he got caught with the memo. There was a scandal at the time, joking about how they should poison the third world, joking about how they already poisoned the first world, but that's a long-term poisoning so they can milk the cancer money, as many Yeah,
and he wrote a memo about this. And now we'll ship all the toxic waste to Latin America and kill them. That's what he says. Yeah, of course, 1/3 of the Mexican babies in Mexico City are now born with that disorder where their brain is only developed to a STEM level and they're a zombie. Literally, look it up. Oh, it's a nice little gift from little environmentalist, the trendy. I'm sorry, go ahead.
But he's got a sarcastic memo about how they have to kill the third world more quickly because they don't live as long and so many infants die and everything. But they have to do it in a way that they could profit, he talks about in this memo. Him and his buddy... No. That's the trifecta. Profit while taking over and killing people. The profiting off the killing is the fun. And so now it's become an issue in the media. Just a small little blurblet. Well, it's just whoever we get at the World Bank has to be a psychopathic killer. I mean, it's either him or Hillary, who got the Margaret Sanger Award for her foreign policy work. The State Department, as you know, is dedicated to reducing third world population.
Now, you've got a copy of the memo right here. Let's document cam that for people.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There you go. Keep going, Aaron.
Well, Hillary Clinton pushes vaccines and food as a weapon ever since the Henry Kissinger memo in the 70s. You know, he was Secretary of State at the same time he was...
Which is all on record.
And that's what...
Tell folks what you've now found about Bill Gates' daddy, the former head of Planned Parenthood, who said that they would engineer things into our food in that memo to sterilize people. That memo is helpful that we just showed a few weeks ago. But you've got this new report. They're out of Salon. Tell folks about that. We only got a minute.
It's a new old report, of course. I mean, but Bill Gates' father, William Gates Sr., has been involved not only in Planned Parenthood, but the PATH Program for Appropriate Technology and Health, the Alan Guttmacher Institute, John Hopkins Population Dynamics, and a whole bunch of other total eugenics programs for decades and decades. This is an elitist from a wealthy family. I don't know what the scam is, but Bill Gates did not pop out of nowhere. And
well, then you got the 18 mil for the first GMO research.
Oh, that's right. They paid big money, built brand new facilities at the University of Washington to lure in the top biotech in the mid-90s. This was before Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation was even set up.
No, he's doing what Daddy wants.
Foundation.
Daddy wants to help.
So we all wonder why Bill Gates has all these shares in Monsanto and has all this newfound...
And is always saying get rid of people, but he's got a shot he wants you to take. He's all for mandatory vaccination.
The point is they've been behind this biotech stuff for a long time, and now they won't even say GMO. They want to say high-tech agriculture, another deception to try to get us to not...
But, Aaron, just because it sterilizes all the rodents and kills the bees, I mean, it's good for you. Aaron? The article we were talking about is out of Salon. It's actually from 1998. Is Bill Gates a closet liberal? And it's like... Oh, he funds gun bans, gun control. He wants to reduce population. Oh, it's so liberal to want to disarm people and have them not have babies. It's so liberal. Thought it was Nazi, but I guess the Nazis learned from all these guys, actually. So, and Gates Sr. on the National Board of Planned Parenthood. Oh, so loving. So loving. But he's got a shot for you. He wants to force you to eat GMO and lobbies that it not be labeled because he cares. Got an expert on Agenda 21 join us in about 30 minutes and a bunch of news I haven't gotten to yet on the Paul campaign. And a lot more, but let's go to your calls as promised right now. Let's go to Tom in New York. Tom, you're on the air. Welcome.
Hello?
Hello, sir. You're on the air.
Hi, Alex.
Hey.
I tried sending Aaron Dykes some important stuff that I just came into possession with. I work for a small security company in upstate New York, and we were just assigned posts at power stations and substations all across upstate New York.
Well, that might be because people are stealing all the copper wire. I mean, did they give you a cover story of why?
Supposedly it was because some mass power outage.
Has there been a power outage lately up there?
No, not here. Not in New York. I mean, this place is literally 4 miles from my home where I was sent. And it's a...
Well, what is a security guard going to do to stop a power outage? You're not an engineer working on it. That's controlled by computers and central systems. Are they implying somebody's going to attack the power plant?
That's what I'm wondering, if that was the whole premise of sending us there. This thing is out in the middle of a field, in the middle of no man's land. There's at least 7 cameras, 8 cameras, watching this thing 24/7 with motion sensors on them. Are
they sending you to all the facilities or just this one?
Well, I was sent to this particular one near my home. There was another one in Dansville. There was a total of 8 that I was told where we were sent.
Could have been a threat to it. You know, usually you don't hear about real threats. You know, the stage stuff you hear about, but there's all sorts of stuff going on. You know, farmer employee threatens to blow it up. They don't want to freak people out. It could bring down the power grid in that area. I mean, normally if they actually are doing stuff behind the scenes, there might actually be something going on. You know, they're saying brace for Iranian attack. Just like I was telling you months ago, they're really hyping this up, and they could stage it. The Iranians could actually do it. Now they have said that the bombing of some Israeli facilities in other countries is an Israeli false flag. And generally the Iranians will take credit for things they do. So I don't know what the truth is. I just know this: the government's going to use whatever happens to take my rights while the border stays wide open.
No. That's what I love.
Let me ask you a question. Other guys that you work with, are they starting to wake up to things?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've talked to all my coworkers pretty much, and they know what's going on.
Yeah, I noticed it went from cops getting mad at me 8 years ago when I go to New York for 9/11 to people buying me dinner and patting me on the back, and the firefighters saluting us when we're out there for 9/11 Truth. And now the cops are coming out and saying the government covered up the dust as a union. The union should have done that 9 years ago. But again, just stop letting the system run over you. God bless you, sir. What was the subject line of that? And I'll have Aaron try to look it up. He's been finishing this documentary, Smoothing It Out, that we're going to premiere this Sunday. So he's been real busy. But what was the subject line?
Everything.
What was it?
I have the photos and actually the address to this. So, I mean,
all right, we'll look it up. The few guests we've had on that do that stuff, I cannot even listen to them. It makes me want to throw up. And some idiots say, Alex Jones is so charismatic. He does some of that stuff. That's natural and innate survival mechanism. All I'm tuning into is all my ancestors' genetics, ladies and gentlemen, who are survivors. And here's the deal. I'll take calls coming up at the start of the next hour for 30 minutes ahead of our guest. Then she'll talk for 30 minutes. We'll take calls on Channel 21 then that hour after that. And we do have the Green Mask book, but we've only got 500 swashbucklers and head stompers. I'm tuning into the real human power. I don't need to scientifically allay and set up some system. I'm turning it loose, just like you can. None of their stuff works anymore. But first, you got to break your conditioning. Oh, man. They talk to you like you're 3 years old. Let me tell you what your brainwashing and conditioning and all that NLP stuff does on me. It makes me angry. And it makes me really not like you. You try that monkey business with me. And I've noticed Most liberals aren't liberal. These are black op commanders at the Huffington Post who pose with Delphi-trained NPR simpering calm voices. Calm, trying to hypnotize you. Listen to them.